I studied at William and Mary from 2003 until 2007. I received a scholarship for study abroad in St. Petersburg for summer of 2005. Very much solidified my interest in Russia. I mean, obviously I was already very interested in it, but it was very influential on my interest, and I really wanted to make sure that I could go back there. It was actually my second trip there, because I had studied Russian in high school, and I was only there, I was in St. Petersburg for 2 weeks when I was in high school, but this was, I mean, it was a very different experience, and very different, and I had a lot more sort of freedom to explore and sort of take a look at what I was interested in while I was there. So I am a PhD candidate at the University of Pittsburgh, and my research is on perestroika and post-Soviet documentary. I wrote my undergraduate thesis on actually on a perestroika era documentary on Marina Goldovskaya's Solovki Power, which is a film about the sort of beginnings of the Gulag, and it's a film that actually I returned to in my dissertation. It's about how perestroika and post-Soviet documentary cinema re-examines the sort of cultural or collective trauma of the Stalin era, and how the examination and the representations of Stalinism shift sort of from perestroika to the post-Soviet era, in terms both of content and changes in filmmaking style and the film industry in general. I was last in Russia in summer of 2011. While I was in Moscow last summer, I met with a group of William and Mary students in a McDonald's in Moscow, where I talked to them both about my research, my time as a graduate student, how to sort of, what you can do with your degree from William and Mary, about opportunities in grad school, sort of some about how to balance work and life in grad school, which is important to maintain some semblance of sanity as a graduate student. I have a couple of film reviews and book reviews that have been published on a couple of various topics. Actually, both of my book reviews have to do with Polish cinema, and I have an article published in Studies in Slavic Culture. I used to be the editor for the journal. I really should remember the name of it. So I have an article published in Studies in Slavic Cultures about the role of community in Holocaust memoirs in Poland. I also have an article, actually it's a very much revised version of my undergraduate thesis that I wrote here at William and Mary, that is set to be published in Studies in Russian and Soviet Cinema journal.